for 3 days, I do like crazy stuff, I know. But I feel the joy when I'm personally committed. I'm personally committed on following my personal commitment. I really feel the joy when they say hi, or how are you doing? Like, they know me. The second reason why I'm personally committed to follow my commitment is that, I'll give you a short story. One time, it was New Year's Eve last year, and I was in Miami. So I was partying with my friends, and it was really crazy night. I vlogged this, you can see it on YouTube. Okay? So at the end of the day, it was like at 2 a.m., I went back to my house, drove up the highway. And that day there was a huge storm. It was so huge that my car flipped on the highway. And as any vlogger, I started vlogging the whole thing. Oh my God! That's crazy. I don't know, it just feels like I have to film everything. I'm just used to it. Anyway, so 10 minutes, I Snapchatted. So 10 minutes later, one of my followers said, "Oh, I only live 15 minutes away from you. If you wanna come to my house or something, you can go." So I stayed at his house for 4 days while my car was fixed. So I feel communicated. I feel comfortable anywhere I am in the whole world. I feel the love following my personal commitment. I'll give you 3 actions that I've taken on following my personal commitment. First, I spend most of my money on buying camera equipment or making a video. So I'm not, as any college student, I can't spend my money on food or restaurants or going out to bars or stuff like that because I have to do these videos. I also wake up very early, like 5 a.m. Today I didn't sleep because I had to edit the video for the week and I have my finals. Second, I sacrifice my love. I have a girlfriend, and she also is a social media activist. She's bigger than me, way bigger. Anyway, look into social media. So we don't communicate enough since we're in this social media thing. Third, I don't have many friends. I'm not good in the social life since I don't have enough time. Not only I do daily vlogging, weekly on YouTube, I design clothes, I have a company, I'm working on so many things. I'm a college student. I'm a student now for the summer, so it's so many things. I don't have time for many friends. In conclusion, I gave you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to social media and reactions that I've taken. There should be no doubt in this room that I'm personally committed to social media, and neither crazy comments that affects my family, nor how people think how crazy I am, will stop me from personally committing to social media. And you shouldn't either. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ian. Well, that was a little better. I like your stories. I would like you to learn to stand and deliver and not pace quite so much. I'd like to see you walk purposefully. 3 steps there for the first reason, 5 steps there for the second reason, and 3 steps back to the center for the third reason. I'm not sure you're aware of all the nervous energy you have. Maybe a class in Tai Chi would help you get in touch with your body so you know what your body is doing while you're talking, but it's moving around a bit. Well, you talked about nasty comments that people made about you and your little 7-year-old sister crying because she read the comments they made about you. I think that it would have been helpful for you to give your audience a few of them so we would know what they say. You have no talent, you're stupid, you're a communist. Well, I don't know, you don't have to repeat them, but I'm just saying. it would be helpful to give us a flavor of the kinds of comments that we're giving you, and don't leave us in the dark, because you leave it to our imagination to figure out what made your sister cry. So, then you said you wanted to share your commitment to being a daily vlogger and committed to the social media 3 actions you've taken. And so you told us a little story in there, and I don't know if that was supposed to be your significant statement or not. I don't know if you understand what a significant statement is, but I asked you when you make the prompt and give me an outline to have those Roman numerals. You know what that means?
I think I have the outline under.
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it in the type part.
Okay.
Yeah, put it in the type part, yeah. Because the type part is what you actually presented. So put it in the type part, yeah, good. So, let's go to your first reason. You went to the Apple opening and you stayed on 5th Avenue for 4 days and got 50,000 views, and you were amazed. So that got you hooked. I suppose that would surprise anybody for the interest. The New Year's Eve, you told the story of your car being blown away or flipped over, and somebody locally through the internet put you up, and that touched you, and this solidified apparently your commitment to continue to blog, right? Yeah. On the actions you've taken, you were honest and said you get up early, you have a girlfriend but not a girlfriend, you don't have any friends because you have a commitment to your art. What you left out after that was, remember what comes after actions?
Actions?
Yeah, well, how do you feel when you take these actions? I feel good that I'm performing my art. I feel good that I'm neglecting my girlfriend. I feel good that I have no friends. Right? You were supposed to say how you feel about your actions. And you would have if you had Roman numeral 5 in there. You called your summary a conclusion. A summary is a repetition of your main points. Your conclusion was excellent, and your tieback was excellent. So it was much better. You're following the prompt better. So you were more coherent and easier to follow. But still, with your voice, you need to make the narrative of what you're communicating, what your main point is, come through. Well, I'm committed to blogging because of 1. Because I'm committed to blogging because of 2. Here's actions I take to keep committed to blogging. Do. Okay? Nice job.
Thank you.
Okay, next time, and on deck. Okay, very nice. Let me get you in focus. Perfect. One looks around the room. Are all the phones away? Computers closed. Eyeballs on you. A little wider for the power stands. Good. Fighting friendly eyes. Your name be love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Aman.
I'm on.
So it seems like a simple situation. Your friend asks you to hang out or asks you for a favor, and you just really don't want to go out that day, or you just are really busy, so you politely decline. Well, this politely declining is something that I have struggled with during my college years. I always considered myself a bad friend if I couldn't help someone out, or I thought I wouldn't be the fun friend anymore and stop getting invited to things if I said no often. And essentially, I started saying yes to everybody else and saying no to myself. So today, I would like to talk to you about why I'm personally committed to saying no more often and only doing things that actually make me happy and not what I think is expected of me. I will give you 2 reasons as to why I'm personally committed to this and 3 actions that I have taken to demonstrate my personal commitment. I think it's really important to put yourself first. It might sound a little selfish, but at the end of the day and for the rest of your life, you are the person dealing with yourself. So it only makes sense to put all your time and energy into taking care of yourself. So the first reason that I am personally committed to saying no more often is so that I don't put myself in any harmful or uncomfortable situations. I was at a party last year, and I really didn't want to go, but it was my friend's birthday party, and I had a midterm coming up, and I was really worried about my performance on the midterm, and I was just really overwhelmed by all the people that were there, and I couldn't enjoy myself, and I just kept thinking of how I should have been studying, and that's actually the first time that I experienced an anxiety attack. And I wasn't really sure what was happening, and I wasn't drinking that night, so I actually thought somebody like spiked my soda or something, so I was feeling all wonky. But the music kind of just faded away, and like I could feel my heart beating in my head, and it was really hard for me to breathe. And so I eventually just left the party, and that's when I decided that I would not commit to things that I actually didn't want to be a part of. And so my friend's party that I had left, she was really upset at me the next day. And this actually leads me to my second reason of why I'm personally committed to saying no, which is I felt like I was always doing things for other people, and I wasn't really getting that sort of commitment reciprocated. And when I came to this realization, it really hurt me at first, but it just kind of solidified the idea that I have to stand up for myself so that I wouldn't be mistreated and taken advantage of. So now I'll show you 3 actions that I've taken to start saying no and only doing things that make me happy. So the first action that I've taken is that I try to manage my time better and not commit to things if I know I'm busy, so that I don't spread myself too thin. The second action I've taken is I only help friends and reach out to people, and like I'm available for people that I feel like are helpful to me. And my last action is that I only do things now that or go to events that I'm actually interested in, and try not to let peer pressure or the fear of missing out sway my decision. So, and once I started doing all these actions, I felt really liberated. It was really refreshing, not having that burden on me, the burden of expectation.
Good.
And so in summary, I have given you 2 reasons as to why I'm personally committed to saying no more often and doing things that I want to do. And I give you 3 actions that I have done to achieve my personal commitment. And there should be no doubt in this room that I'm personally committed to doing things that make me happy. And so I have now started saying no to others and saying yes to myself, and I have mastered the art of politely declining.
404?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I liked your speech. It's a problem.
Is this what time is this class over?
Oh yeah, I think there was a thing on the door that said the orientation. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
we have
over.
Class is over at
3.
3.
Yeah.
So we have a room from 2:30 to 3:30. I can call one of our
What do they expect me to do?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm assuming there's some type of scheduling thing. but I can call them. And
Tell
see
them
if they-
that I'm not leaving until 3 and I'll have to get you another room. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. How do they do this? How many are left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's like 7 or 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are you finished?
Yeah, I finished.
Yeah, let me talk to you. At least you waited until you were done. Huh? Amon, I think you have a problem that a lot of people have. I had this for years of not being able to say no to people. I have, there's one thing where I have a problem. I'll make this brief because this woman's probably going to be back with the room police to kick us out. We may have to go out on the lawn. Jesus Christ. What idiots. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I won't say no to somebody that asks me to write them a letter of recommendation. I had some very negative experiences with people that I had thought I was an A student, wrote A+ papers, who said, I don't know you, wouldn't write me a letter of recommendation at the school. And I said, I'm never going to refuse a student a letter of recommendation. Right? But other than that, I've had to learn to say no, not to serve on every committee on campus, to take up every cause, to have my debate team appear everywhere in the world. And it's hard, but you have to say no because you can't do everything and you don't want to do everything, and you just have to practice saying no. I've learned that sometimes it's helpful to have sort of diplomatic answers that, say, gee, I'm flattered that you invited me, but I've got this really important midterm I've got to study for, so maybe next time. And that usually is suffice. Your thesis was perfect. Your significant statement was perfect. Your main body, where you talked about going to the party and you thought somebody slipped a rupee in your soda and you were feeling wonky. It's kind of sad that these things happen. But still, you weren't sociable. You didn't want to be there. I'm just surprised you just couldn't leave or didn't leave. But in any case, that was authentic and real. And that was a real situation that you talked about. I felt the same way about your second one. I thought your actions were consistent with your PC. And you said, fourth, when I performed these actions, I felt liberated. That's right, I want to get that felt in there, right?
Yeah.
Summary was good, conclusion was good, and tie back was fine. Your goals were to be authentic, stay calm, and stick to the narrative. Don't get lost in the details. How'd it go?
I felt like I was a little nervous. I wasn't as calm as I wish I could have been. But other than that, I think it went really well.
Did a good job, Amon. Thank you. Okay, go. Can't believe they're trying to kick us out. Rock and roll, women on Decker. Yeah, excellent. Okay, why are you afraid of the class? You're against the wall. No, Nanette. Okay, a little closer to your room. Yeah, that's good. Okay, begin.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Blepharoplasty. So most of you have probably never heard that word before. So when you think about it, I want you to think liposuction, rhinoplasty, Botox, lip injections. It's a form of plastic surgery. Blepharoplasty is the most common procedure done in Korea. It's where it's an double eyelid surgery, so it creates an extra crease on the eye for patients who don't have it. And about 1.5 million procedures were performed in 2014 alone. And to this day, it's increased by the thousands and almost to the millions. So the double eyelid that's non-existent, well, it's called a monolid. So monolids occur in over half of the Asian population, including me. So today I want to share with you my personal commitment to loving my eyes. And I will share with you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to this, and 3 actions on how I've taken to be personally committed to this. So to begin with, TV talk show host Julie Chen stated that in an interview talking about the surgery that her parents were very shocked by this. It would be denying her heritage, and it would be basically they would want to disown her because she didn't want to be Asian. Getting the surgery would make her eyes bigger and basically alter her appearance to give a less Asian appearance, more westernized. And I personally dealt with this a lot. I've talked about getting surgery and just about the issue of surgery, and some of my friends and family have, really been supportive or not been so supportive. So the first reason on how I'm being personally committed to loving my eyes is to help improve my self-esteem. So growing up, in middle school, I encountered a lot of bullying, and when I say bullying, it wasn't really bullying your eyes are so small. It was just more like comments, like teachers would say oh, who can't see? And I'd be sitting in the back and some boys would say, oh, Emily can't see. And at first I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, yeah, we're all Asian, we all have small eyes. But it's when other Asian people also started making fun of me because my eyes were extremely small. And then that's when, when I went to Korea, so my grandmother, she lives in Korea, and I went to go visit her. She said, oh, why don't you just get the surgery done here? The doctors are better here, it'll look good. And I was like to myself, I didn't think I had a problem with my eyes, but my own grandmother told me that I should get the surgery done, and that really hurt my self-esteem. So, my mom obviously fought back, saying, how would you shame her of her own appearance? And ever since then, I told myself, you know what, if I embrace my eyes, at least I'll have a better self-esteem. So the second reason why I'm personally committed to loving my eyes is also to embrace my culture. So growing up, I grew up in a majority Caucasian and Hispanic community. They're still very nice to me, but looking around, everyone's eyes were bigger, everyone had, a certain face type, everyone had really nice, brown, luscious hair, and I was here stuck with super squinty eyes and straight black hair. So then, I dealt with the whole issue of assimilation and trying to be like everyone. And then, I really thought the compliment was, oh, you're so whitewashed. I thought that was a compliment to myself. Growing up and getting into college, seeing so much diversity on this campus, I really want to embrace my culture, and I feel like I lost that in high school. So definitely it made me feel that I was denying myself of who I really was. So 3 actions I have taken So first off, I really helped my friends and my family, accept their eyes. A lot of my cousins are also born with monolids, and I told them, you know what, don't change anything about yourself. If your eyes are kind of small, I'll help you. There's eyelid tape that you can use. There's different makeup methods that you can use to just enhance your eyes. Secondly, I look into the media, and whenever I see powerful Asian women, I just say, that is someone that I want to be. Asian women in America, they don't care about, their minority. They're just doing the things that they need to do in order to be successful. They work hard. And those are the people that I really look up to and I want to be like. And the third way in that I'm personally committed, some of the actions that I'm taking is...
Proud of myself.
Oh, I look myself in the mirror every day, and I look at my eyes, and I say, you know what, you're born this way, and you can deal with it, and you can do whatever you want with it. And fourthly, it just really makes me feel happy about myself and that I'm accepting myself for who I am and I'm not trying to change anything about me. So in conclusion, I have told you about 2 ways that I am personally committed and 3 actions that I have taken in order to show my commitment. There should be no doubt in this room that I am very personally committed to this issue and to help younger Asian Americans really accept themselves for who they are, their appearance, and their heritage. So going back to Julie Chen, yes, she did get the surgery, but that's something that in her career really catapulted herself. It got her really successful. She landed multiple television appearances and news anchor jobs. But my alternative, I use eyelid tape. I wear makeup, just not today. I use a lot of makeup just to enhance my appearance, and that's my choice that I made. People who decide to go with plastic surgery, there's nothing wrong with that. You can change your life. It's your life. It's anything that you want to do. Just be yourself and appreciate yourself for who you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Emily, thank you for that very authentic speech and sharing something we never would have guessed about you. And so that was excellent. I like this word, blethar.
Yeah.
And I would have repeated it at the end along with those other great word, rhinoplasty, Botox, liposuction, face. Those were your memorable quotes from your beginning, which you could tie back to and then give your spiel about love yourself as you are. And if you want to change, don't be afraid to have the courage to change. Go over in the center of the room where you belong. Thank you. One more step to the left. That's the center of the room. Good. Well, you said you were committed to loving your eyes, and I want to just say this really quickly because I want to get a bunch more in today, but you did not. The significant statement says to the audience, you will like my speech because I have something important to share with you. And you did this mostly about I personally wanted to do this. Julie Chen did this. I personally dealt with this. And you didn't give much for the audience to grab onto as why they can relate to change. And you can say, all of us have looked in the mirror and said, God, I wish I had been turned around. And so we all have to say something about ourselves and go that way. Okay? Yeah. Main body, you were bullied. People called you Siamese, and you said made fun of you and said you can't see. And your grandmother offered to pay for your double eyelid surgery when you visited her in Korea. And that was a very important revelation that you gave us. And your mother was outraged. Now, what wasn't clear to me was you did not take up your grandmother on the offer. Is that correct? And how did your grandmother react? Was she pissed or?
She just said
whatever.
If you decide to do it later on,
I'm here.
You'll regret not doing it in Korea because my mom actually tried to get it done here in America and they botched it. So they messed up.
Yeah.
So that's why she said if you want to get it done, you should really do it in Korea. That's where 1.5 million people have done it. So
people know how to do it.
Sure it's going to be successful. So she pushed for it to more just get it done in Korea, and she just kind of thought that I was bound to get it because my mom tried getting it. So.
Kind of contradictory positions your mother seemed to be taking.
Yeah. On
your second reason about being in a Caucasian and Hispanic Aryan one, embrace your culture, that made sense. On your actions, I thought they were consistent with your PC, and the fact that you felt happier in your own skin sounded good. So your summary, conclusion was good. And your tie back, except for you went back to Julie Chin, but I would have gone back
Okay,
to
to
those
like the intro.
those buzzwords instead of going back to the 6 statements. York and I speak slower, move to 3 hours, don't ramble on. What was the time, by the way?
It was 5:02.
5:02. Well, that was nearly a ramble, but not really. So, speak slower, move to 3 areas. You almost didn't move farther,
Further,
right?
yeah.
And don't ramble on. How did it go?
I think I just speak really fast, so I definitely need to really try harder to tone that down.
Yeah.
When it came to rambling, I think it was more when I came back to
Okay,
the reasons
story.
why.
Yeah.
It just a lot like went through my head and just kind of blurted everything out instead of trying to really combine it into like a few like significant sentences.
Right.
So that's why I went.
Remember the president of Harvard, Abraham Lincoln story, and try to get to the core. Say it with less words. It will be remembered better. Okay? Nice job, Emily. Very well. Okay, next. Hi. How you doing? I'm fine, thank you. Okay, yeah, you look nice contrast to that white blackboard. Like that purple on white, yeah, okay. Okay, undo your hands, don't touch or pinch or shake your hands out. And be easy, okay. Look around the room, they're talking, make sure no one's, oh, she's about to text, bad girl. All computers are closed. Phones away, eyeballs on you. And Lynn may begin.
Hi, my name is Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
My heart always told me that I should change. I have to change. I must change. This year, I become an adult. I know I need to be a person that I want to be. Today, I want to share the personal commitment to show how I overthrew my weakness. There are 2 reasons that I want to show how I break my weakness. Is briefly communicate with my friends in English and get rid of my procrastination. My mother is a businesswoman. She told me the key of doing business is grab opportunities. The same as me, I need to grab every opportunities to improve myself. The first reason is a personal commitment to briefly communicate with others in English. Last time, when after the cross-country season, we had a final dinner with my teammates. My coach and my teammates did talk a lot of things, and they laughed. But I'm the only person who seldom said anything during the dinner. I knew what they are talking about, but I was always wondering, sure, how can I involve in their talking? Because they talk so fast. And what about if I was afraid of saying something wrong or they didn't understand what I'm talking about. So I thought about this in the whole dinner. And finally I phrased the first reason is like my English is not good enough. And the second reason is I'm not brief enough. The second reason I want to share is actually my personal commitment to get rid of my
A little bit more.
procrastination.
Good.
Outside, there was an essay due in 2 days. I finished the essay before the due time. I finished the essay in 3 hours before the due time. I didn't want to submit my essay because I want to modify it a little bit later. So after I modified my essay, I was satisfied with it. I tried to open my more than hundreds of students in that class. Maybe a lot of students try to submit the essay in the last hour. So I changed Wi-Fi, I changed place, but I could not open that website, and I submitted my essay late. I was so disappointed of myself to always try to delay my work to the deadline. There's 3 actions I take to overcome my weakness. The first is I did some research about what my friends, American friends, always talk about. I did some research about American cultures and did some research about Los Angeles, so I can make sure I can have some common language with them. The second one is I told them we can have a different conversation, like everyone share different stories, so we can make sure everyone can involve in the conversation. The third action I did is to bought a day plan book to write down, to make a plan every day to write down what I should do first and what is most important to do. First, after I did these 3 actions, I'm more confident than before because my English improved and I will enjoy speaking with my friends without grammar mistakes, or I can hear them what they are talking about clearly. And then I can know that I make a plan every day and lighten my procrastination. In summary, I have shown you then showing the 2 reasons that I want to overbreak my weakness and 3 action. Then how can I briefly communicate with my friends in English and get rid of my procrastination? There's no doubt then I will break my weakness and to communicate with my friends briefly and get rid of my procrastination. Now, I'm confidently that now I can talk to my friends and I changed a lot. I make a big step to the mature. This is like a big gift for my adult years. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Well, good improvement over the quarter, Lynn. You started with the chant. I should change. I have to change. I must change. And I would have liked you to have concluded with that in the end. And that was very much a good part of your beginning, your mantra, much like I respect you. I must change. So you told us you wanted to give up procrastination, be more fluent in English, and be able to be more social with your English friends. You told us about cross country where you had to sit mute because you could not understand what they were talking about and what they were saying, so you kept quiet so you didn't appear stupid, right?
Yeah, but sometimes I understand what they're talking about, but I don't know how to get involved.
Get involved, yeah. And that's frustrating, yeah. The second reason is that you had an essay due and you wanted to revise it, and then all the last minute Larrys were flooding the internet and the Wi-Fi, so you couldn't get in, so your essay was late. Yeah. And so then that was a good and a heartfelt and good answer. I like good reason. Your actions were good, watching movies and listening, finding out about American culture so you can tell stories and relate to people, and having a day planner book so you do a little part of the essay early. Excellent idea. And how you feel when you perform these actions, you have that all in there. So your summary was good, your conclusion excellent, your tie back was good except for what I mentioned. I would have, like, I can, it's like the little train that went up the hill, child's book. Your canise, be confident, speak loudly, make gestures naturally. How'd it go?
Before the two speech, I speak very not that loud, so I cannot make sure everyone hears my speech clear. And last time, my hand keep doing this like this.
Right. Now you see that. Yeah, good. One thing I would say to you as a last helpful comment in your life of public speaking is, I'm afraid you're going to fall back into that soft voice of public speaking, of not being projecting enough and not being loud enough. So remember, you have to project much more to be heard, to be respected, to enliven your audience. You have to really work on a more booming voice. But good improvement over the quarter, very much so. Thank you. Okay, next. Alright. Kelly Fung. How we doing, Kelly? Okay, rock and roll, Kelly. A little, that's not the middle. The string be the middle. String. See the string on the rope? Boom. That way. Do you see the string hanging down? Yeah, that should be right down the center of your legs. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, a step to the left now. Yeah, right there. Kelly stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and center. Say your name, feel the love. Station.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Jim Rohn, an inspirational American entrepreneur in the 1960s, once said, "Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live." As Mr. Rohn implies, it is extremely important to take care of yourself, and it should not be neglected when pursuing your goals. Today I want to share with you my personal commitment to take better care of myself. I'll give you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to this, and 3 actions that I have taken to demonstrate this personal commitment. I want to share this with you because many people often forget or neglect to take better care of themselves in their busy lives, and will prioritize other things such as family, education, and career over their own health and daily needs. The first reason I am personally committed to taking better care of myself is to improve my health. In freshman year, I would often skip meals, believing that it would save me time to do other things. In addition, I would constantly stress out by comparing myself to other people in terms of academics and activities, and I did not measure up almost every time. This continued to wear me down until spring quarter, where I developed a painful case of acute gastritis that landed me in the emergency room at Ronald Reagan on the day of my birthday. I had stomach pains, chest pains, and sometimes it was difficult for me to breathe. I could not eat solid foods because I would vomit it out.
Nice.
I ended up losing 15 pounds during this whole incident and had to withdraw from school that quarter because it was too difficult to go to class. From this, even now, my stomach is still weak, and from this experience, the moment I spent my 19th birthday in the emergency room, I realized how foolish I was to not take better care of myself. The second reason that I'm personally committed to taking better care of myself is to become more independent. Upon moving out of the dorms and into the apartments, I realized I was in a dilemma. I did not know how to do much housework, and I could not cook or turn on the gas stove. I knew that I could not keep getting takeout and eating instant noodles every day because it would be bad for my health and my stomach problems may reoccur again. So from this experience, I had to force myself to learn new things I haven't done before, such as cooking every day, washing dishes every day, going to the market to buy groceries, and other daily chores. I found out how spoiled I was by my parents. And I wish that I knew how to become independent and take better care of myself earlier. I will tell you 3 actions that I have taken to achieve my personal commitment. First, I eat regularly now. I eat breakfast, lunch, dinner every day, and make sure my schedule is arranged so my activities and my classes do not interfere with my meal time. Secondly, I developed a mindset to stop comparing myself with other people and tell myself, focus on myself, focus on myself. Third, I learned from my mom the past summer how to do housework and cook healthy foods. I would go on YouTube to learn step by step how to cook better. By performing all these actions, not only did my body feel better, but I felt happier and more proud of myself. In summary, I have told you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to taking better care of myself, and 3 actions that I have done to achieve this. I'm continuously striving toward taking better care of myself, and there is no doubt in this room that I am truly personally committed to taking better care of myself. Without good health, it is difficult to achieve your goals. And without being self-reliant, how do you expect yourself to grow up and face more difficult challenges? I learned this from my own personal experience. And as Jim Rohn, and I agree with Jim Rohn, you only have one body in your whole entire lifetime. You have to treasure it and take care of it. Thank you.
408, very nice. Kelly, very nice job. Jim Rohn, you started and finished with very beautifully. He had very insightful comments and very true comments, and you lived them and you didn't follow them and you saw the consequences. So I felt this was a very authentic and very good speech, one that you revealed something very private about yourself that happened to you. So you were PC'd to taking better care of yourself. Your SIG statement was good. You told us about your acute gastritis. Couldn't have been funny to be vomiting and doing all those nasty things for about 3 weeks and losing all that weight and spending, I guess, your birthday in the hospital. So you made your case very strongly that skipping meals and not taking care of your health can in a very short time lead to severe consequences. So that was compelling, authentic. On the second reason, you admitted that you had been spoiled, that you didn't know shit from Shinola, that you didn't know how to turn on a burner on the stove or wash a dish because your parents had been spoiling you rotten and you couldn't eat takeout and instant noodles every day, that you would have to learn to cook. And so you suddenly did. And you learned to do daily chores, and through the internet, other ways you learned to cook, etc. I thought your PCs, your actions were consistent, especially eating regularly. I would say, there's some nutritional experts that say not only breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're supposed to eat about 4 or 5 times smaller meals, spaced out as they say is optimal. Eat your heaviest meals earlier in the day and your lightest meals later. Stop comparing yourself with your peers, excellent. And how to do housework, and YouTube is just wonderful, isn't it? You can learn just about anything you need to know, including how to make a bomb and blow up people in Boston if you wanted to on the internet. Yeah, he said cynically. Your summary was good, your conclusion was good, and your tieback was perfect because you mentioned the author by name, Gherkin Eyes, keep working on making it stickier and more concise introduction. Don't talk too fast, and improve my transitions. How'd it go?
I think I improved my transitions, but I still could talk slower and maybe
Yeah.
make a more sticky introduction.
Yeah. You had a minute 15, so you could clearly slow down. What was unexpected that you put into this speech that we weren't expecting, that you thought maybe would wake up your audience that was half asleep?
Like that I spent my birthday in the
And birthday in the hospital, Ronald Reagan Hospital. Very good job, Kelly. Thank you. Okay, how many do we have left? 1, 2, raise your hands high. 3, 4. Okay, well, that's for the whole class, right? The PCs. So we'll start some persuasives for those of you that want to actually do them on Thursday, assuming they don't try to steal our room again. We don't have time for this, but it's 3 minutes to 3, sir. I'm afraid that woman's going to come in rather angrily. Can someone look outside the door and see if
took the note off already.
they're gone. I'd be happy to sit here and hear you if you're burning to do it, so you want to do it now? Okay. The rest of you, if you have to go, you know, if you have places to go, people to meet, you can leave. Just a reminder, what's due Thursday?
Persuasive and sticky final exam.
Regardless of whether you deliver it or not, where is this guy Ian, or where is he gone? He's gone. I keep wasting my breath, Ian. So in your tight outline,
Yeah.
what's it going to look like? Who's your study buddy?
outline?
Who's your study buddy? Who? Lauren? Why don't you get with her and talk? She'll put you on the clue track.
Okay.
I want intro, thesis, 6 statement, main body, summary, conclusion, title. Those heads written. Type that. Yes, please.
Hi, Pamela.
Hi, Pamela.
For the persuasive,
Yeah.
do you want our sources to be from the deep internet as well?
Yes, I do. That's why we had that lecture. And I want you to source them Chicago style.
Do we have to have like a specific amount of sources?
I'd like 2. 2 would be good. 2 would impress me. That's not too many. Whose red pen's out? Mine.
Here's a red pen too.
I love these 4-color pens. They're great. Any other questions? Yes.
So for the final sticky exam,
Yes.
there's 5. Is there a page limit?
Limit? No, there's no limit.
Okay,
But
and
there's
it's
a minimum.
a minimum of 5 pages.
Wrong! Wrong! No! Did you see the model I sent around?
But I thought I read something.
Did you see the model I sent around?
Yes, I did.
Was it 5 pages?
No, that's why I was confused.
It was 24 pages. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking.
Now, I think what you confused, ma'am, is I said there's a 5-paragraph minimum per question.
Okay, yeah.
Max is 5.
Max. Okay, I guess unless I guess we'll call it a day. Our work is done. Return with honor. Everyone, A, B's, and C's, be ready to do your persuasion speech. Oh, one other person asked, or 2 people emailed me and asked for the Zarefsky final. Where's the second person? And that's a lot of trouble to get. So, there it is. 1, 2, and this one, 200 questions. These are.
I love
I'll do my personal commitment speech next time. But do I need to turn it in right now? Like this one?
No. And then you'll be first.
Second.
And then be ready to do your persuasive
Yeah, I was
speech.
ready.
Yeah, be black. But what about your persuasive speech?
Yeah.
So you can do 2. If I call on you, yeah. What's your persuasive speech on?
On like fear of flying.
Fear of flying. Oh, that's good. Yeah, like the book. There's a book called Fear of Flying by Eric and John.
No, I haven't read it.
Okay. All right, bye. Hi. This is your self-evaluation. This is the pile. There you go. Self-evaluation.
Jeffers. He's not here today.
Jeffers.
Can I hand you the person promotion now?
No, why are you going to be absent on Thursday?
No, I just wanted to because I finished it.
No, wait. You're going to burn a hole in your pocket. Keep studying it. I'll call on you to deliver it. What's your name? Let me remember you. Eve. Adam and Eve. I'll remember you, Adam and Eve. I'll call on you first. Alright. The score sheet. I'm not sure.
It's behind you, I think.
You what? Yeah, well, we found them. They're not completely up to date, but we found all the ones that were missing. So I think that's it. So, what's your ID number? 914, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's right here. There you go. That's what you got on the spec. Introduction. What you got on the film speech. That's what you got so far on your first self-evaluation.
Can I see my professor?
Free country.
Thank you.
We're dying in Iraq and Syria, so you have freedom and liberty. So enjoy it.
Thank you. I think 504, 746, okay, thank you. Am I on my way of keeping an A in class? Am I still good?
You have 10, so that's good. So you've been doing yourself.
749346. Right here.
Yeah. You have 10, so you
Good.
have 2 self-evaluations.
Yeah, and then I'm turning my one in today.
Right.
Okay, so is that like still A?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah?
You said 100 multiple choice related to the book, the textbook.
What?
The extra credits, the 100 multiple choice, is that related to the book, the other textbook?
Yeah, what about it?
I'm not sure I can do it.
I don't have them with me. You'd have to come over to my office. There's 200 multiple choice questions over a 500-page book. I think you can do it in 2 days.
Oh, please do.
It's a challenge.
Thank you.
Bye. By Eve. God made Adam and Eve. Yes. Okay. Good. So in the middle of class, this group comes in and says, we have this room. So they want me to leave. I said, wrong.
There's a sign out the door.
What?
There's a sign out the door that said they needed it for something.
Yeah, I said they need ice water and help too. I told them I was leaving at 3. You're happy to have. Got a class going till 3. I don't know if you want to do this on your own. Well, Austin and I are working, but yeah, so that's it.
I found a really interesting chapter in that book.
Oh, you want to read?
No.
Okay.
I finished the chapter.
Well, these self-evaluations are recorded, and then these PCs.
5 points for each one.
Yeah, and these PCs have to be, they're supposed to be out of 150, and I effed up, made them out of 90 out of 100, so you have to transmorgify. And they're supposed to be out of 200, so you have to transmorgify and double the score I gave them.
Oh, I did double one. That's no problem.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just leave these two together in the red folder for you, along with the grade sheet. How about that? So, grade sheet. Grade sheet. So we actually made it. We only have 4 left on the PCs. So
Here, is your camera off?